G'day everyone, welcome to War Thunder with the Soho. I am the Soho, and today I have a very special plane for you. It is the rare premium, the LaGG 334. Now, this LaGG is, as I said, rather special. I managed to get my hands on it quite a while ago. It has been removed from the store for approximately two years now, I believe. It's no longer for sale and available to the public, but I do love this little beast. So what is so special about this thing? Well, this thing, have a look at me just looking at the plane at the moment, and those acute of you might see the cannon sticking out of the nose. That cannon is the NS-37 cannon. It's the same gun that you would find on the Yak 9T. And this thing gets all the belts that go with it. So that makes this little thing very dangerous compared to other LaGGs of the series, and it's actually very handy for pilots of this plane. A lot of people will think it's one of the regular LaGGs, and they would rather unsurprisingly try and head on this thing if they give it a chance, and with an NS-37 that is a very bad thing. Now, recently this plane was buffed. Back in the day it could only hold 12 rounds for that monster 37 cannon on the front. Now that's absolutely nothing bad to it. This thing was rather fun to fly in itself. But it's been buffed recently. I've already said that twice, but oh well. And that 12 rounds has been actually buffed up to a grand 36 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. So that makes 37 rounds in total, and that's why I'm flying today. I've been loving this plane ever since I bought it. Even back with the 12 rounds, it was fun. And some of the things you need in a game like this is fun. Because if you get your sights on any plane with this, it goes boom. Now, just while we're waiting to go up to altitude, the LaGG 3 is an early warplane for the Russians, operated very soon into Operation Barbarossa, and it was one of their main staple fighters. And unfortunately, it wasn't really liked much by the pilots, I believe, because early on this plane was designed around the powerful M106 engine. However, the M106 engines fell through in design phase. They were cancelled, and this thing was left with a much less powerful M105. It's like a difference of 400 horsepower, I believe, like 1100 to 1400. And this thing was left it very hard to maneuver, very slow, very ungainly. And that really didn't sit well with many of the pilots. Now, as you can see here, I've just seen the majority of the enemy force looking around to see if there's anything coming, and I'm going over to see what I can find. So where was I? Engines. Yes, so initially this plane actually had a very heavy armament. Early models, as can be seen in War Thunder, the I-301, that's the prototype, and had a large amount of weaponry just stashed on the nose of this. It had one 20mm Shavak, two 12.5cm, 250 cal equivalent, and two 7mm equivalent. Can't remember the exact caliber of them. And that made this plane really nose heavy, and without that more powerful engine, all that weight just slowed it down. Now I'm going to take a look at that BF-109. He seems to be my target for today. For now, and you'll see how fun this thing can be. So, where was I? Yeah, it just made this thing unwieldy. So, but over the series, a lot of small improvements were made, and by the end of the war, this was considered a very adequate fighter plane, albeit it had been much overshadowed by its predecessor, the LA-5. So here I am, I'm going for the BF-109 now. I can see him coming down on my ally down there, who's dealing with the other 109. I think this is a 109E variant over here, so just a quick look to my left to see who's coming my way. Quick look down, should I help? Nah, they got it. No one behind me. Alright, I am now going to commit to this guy. That I can see the... Just a quick another look around. I can see now that the Henkel 112 is coming for me, and since he is actually lower, I'm going to go for him. Now, I think he notices me as well, and he is coming in for the head-on now. This is a very bad idea for him, but and we both miss by a very short country mile. He's turning around, I'm just not taking it. I'm going back up to my primary target, this 109. He's coming in for a head-on as well, and I miss by a long way, but I don't miss the second time. Boom! So this is actually the first match I played in my 334 for a very long time. This was, even with the update, I've just been playing the higher tiers. I've been grinding through my Germans, I've been grinding through my Soviets, and here I am. So I'm going back to the 112 now, another head-on, I don't think he saw, and I'm just not taking that. Couple shots from out, gonna try again, and that actually hit me, and not him. Whilst, and you can see I've got a rather serious oil leak, so while that will damage me, it'll still be up for a while, so now I'm coming through, and boom. Now, there's a couple of small replay glitches here. You don't actually hear the shots going out, but they most certainly do, and that was a big shot. I'm actually running the high explosive belts on this, which are very, very dangerous. And as you see the game progress, you'll see my accuracy getting better in this thing. Just like the Yak-9T, this thing has quite a lot of drop, and there's me from the fighter cockpit. I do love playing in simulator mode, but I haven't played it for a while. I've got to really get back to that. So just while I'm looking for target number 3, going down, KI-27, A5M. I initially here, I'm going to help out, I think that's a French plane. This is a mixed battle, I believe. And I was going to go help out my companion with that A5M, but I think he's down. Yeah, there he is. You can see the little... I saw him go down. So now that A5M is my target, just throttling back on the engine here. Seeing what I come to it, so there we go, throttle back up, you can hear it going. Quick look down and below, I'm going under, he has seen me, he's coming up. We both miss. Geez, this big cannon, while very nice, is very unwieldy on the LaGG 3. So, unlike the Yak-9T, it's a much more powerful, much more stable airframe. The LaGG is not. Now I'm just dragging this A5M, and he will never catch up to me. Whilst a LaGG 3 can't outrun most things, it can outrun some Japanese planes. Early A5Ms, early Zeros do not have the engine power to follow their system. So I'm just getting some distance, and I'm turning back, and he is not going for me. So this is good shot, but once again I misjudged the amount of lead I need here, and I whiff entirely once again. But now I believe I've got some help on the map. Oh, no, he's coming around for me. Help comes in a moment. I've got a I-15 or I-153 somewhere in front of me. There you go, you can see him at the top of the screen, so I'm just going to dive there and open up the distance. There we go, there's the help, the I-153. I've watched this play beforehand, I'm getting the order of stuff mixed up. So he's coming in, I'm going to open up the distance, and I am going to come around and see if I can help him with this. So, but he has got it. That I-153, those are nasty little planes. Four Shakas, 7mm, 7mm caliber 30 machine guns, all situated around the propeller hub, I believe. Or not the propeller hub, the engine cowling. And I can get a lot of targets. A lot of guns on target with a scarily high rate of fire. It's a nasty little thing. So I'm just going to leave the A5M to my ally, and I'm going to come into a landing. So whilst you can't see it in the replay, that initial HE-112 battle actually got my radiator, and now I'm actually out of cooling fluid, so I'm going into land and also going to go in and rearm. That'll help me in the next few moments. So what I'm going to do is just going to slowly, I'm coming in rather fast for this plane. I think the flaps have a rather low rip speed, and I definitely know that the landing gear don't like it very fast. So what I'm going to do is just going to bleed some speed coming in, a few sakes, and then I am actually going to start crabbing a little bit down here, just so I got my legs landing gear down, and come on, straighten out. And there we go, down, because I don't want to fire my guns. I can see that Wellington in front of me, and if I fire this thing, that Wellington's not going to last so long. Whilst the arm piercing will go right through it. HE round? No. That will not, and there we go, I've come to a nice graceful stop with a little bit of spin to airy that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out the 30 seconds, I'm going to wait here, and I will be back momentarily. Alright, here I am, back, repaired, and rearmed, and I am taking off once more. So just while I get back up to altitude and try and hunt down the last few enemies, I was talking about the performance of the lag before we got distracted by our enemies. So early prototypes had a lot of weaponry at the front, and since the engine was not its designed one, this created fairly unwieldy aircraft, and this was really disliked by the pilots. They had a special name for them, which basically referred to the laminate flying coffin, or in Russian that would have the initials LGG, which is the three designers of this plane. And this early versions, they flew like a brick. However, over the series there were 66 batches of this plane developed in total, not including the prototype. They did these small changes. They lightened up the airframe, they added leading edge slats, which you can see on my version. They were actually introduced in the LA 35 5th batch. And they removed a lot of the weaponry. They only kept one 12mm machine gun along with the main cannon. Usually that would have been a 20mm cannon. In my particular version, it's the MS-37. Not complaining here, I do love that gun, especially on this thing. It makes a nice little overpowered beast. And all of these design changes over its lifetime eventually made it, I think I mentioned this earlier, a fairly adequate aircraft, and in the later stages of the war it was actually sort of liked by the pilots who did keep flying it. However, it just was overshadowed by its successor, the LA-5. So the LA-5 was a basic LaGG-3 airframe, but they'd taken out the cylinder engine here. It was a V engine, and they'd replaced it with a radial, and that gave it its new distinct look. I actually like that plane as well. So here I am, I'm going in to help the 153 again with this KI-27, though he does seem to have it. And I'm coming around. I think I put a couple of rounds out in a moment to see what I can do, but I am no good in this turning fight. Yeah, a couple of rounds, but I miss entirely, and I just leave it to him. I see... yeah, there he goes. And I see some bigger prey on the horizon. So what's particular about the LA-34? It's a very similar variant to the I'm saying LA, it's the LaGG-35. It's got the leading edge slats, it's got a tail wheel retractor, though it's not visible here. Alright, just coming in on the DO-17, and my aim is getting much better. One shot. Tail section is just completely gone, there's nothing for him but going down. So where was I? Yeah, this is a very similar to the LA-35, LaGG-35, and it's got leading edge slats, which are introduced in the LaGG-35. It's got retractable tail wheel, and it's got 3 engine exhausts. Early LaGGs only had single engine exhausts, so there was 1 exhaust pipe coming out. This one's got 3. It also, I believe, reshaped the second air intake at the bottom for its oil cooling system. Oh wait, liquid, not oil, water cooling system. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm doing a quick scan around for the final few enemy aircraft. I believe there is 1 left, actually. So, taking a quick scan, I'm staying as far out of this AAA as I can, whilst hoping that this would highlight my position. Because if you're playing a realistic simulator, you can't see the enemy. The first thing you do is you look for someone else shooting at him. And in this game, the AI has much better eyesight than you do. So this last guy, I'm pretty sure, is in a bomber or attacker of some sort. Looking at the team lists when I'm in game, I tend to flip in and out of that quite a lot, if anyone has seen one of my live recordings. And he's got ground kills and he's got base damage on him. So going one way, I decide it's not really worth it. Not going that way, I'm going to take fly back the other, and I'm actually going to I'm going to do some target practice on those HE-111s. The annoying thing is about those HE-111s on this map is they will count the tickets down if they are allowed simply to free roam, which is something I don't want either, and at the same time they make some nice practice. I said at the beginning of the video, this is one of my first matches in this thing for a very long time. So I'm just gaining some altitude here, and then I'm going bomber hunting, get my eye into that 37mm. It's got quite a bit of drop to it, especially on this thing, so LaGG 334, yeah. That NS-37 was used in the early battles of Moscow and Stalingrad, I believe. However, the plane was considered a far worse aircraft to mount this gun on than the not the LA-9, the Yak-9. And initially that phased it out of position, especially with the Soviets' reliance on their Sturmovix ground attackers, which was simply superior to this machine. Though in War Thunder I get to use it to some devastating potential. Alright, so I'm lining up on the leader here, firing in bursts of 2, and 3 down, I get 1 shot, but it's not deadly. Alright, swing around a bit just to get out of these gunners. And time for some target practice. Nom nom nom. So, and you'll see the devastating power of this gun. Tried to go for the last tailing plane, but nope. I'm choosing this one out here. 2. And 1 shot out. That was the 3rd one, which hit it. And another pair, and the wing is right off. The unfortunate about my location is I get a fair amount of lag. No pun intended. When I'm playing War Thunder, that's why some of the shots don't look like they're actually hitting when they are. I'm coming around on the final one, and I've shot both of his elevator and rear, elevators and rear stabilizers off the plane. Alright, coming around again for these final 2, using this big, beautiful cannon, which I do love on this plane. It is fun. Yep, there's 1 shot, which I'm unable to hear again, stupid replay. And coming for the last one. 2 shots out, both miss. Lining up again. 2 shots out, and there goes the tail. Alright, I'm swinging around again. I'm going to head back to the middle of the match. I'm out of things for target practice, and just doing a generalized sweep of the area. Now, I'm actually not looking for target markers, I'm looking for little black blips on my monitor right now. Because used to playing simulator, it's fairly easy, much easier to pick them out. And speak the devil, there's one right now. So, coming down, it was a Ki-32, so I was right in my guess that he was a bomber pilot, or a dive bomber pilot. In this case, it's one of the newer releases for War Thunder Japanese tree. It's early on in the game, it's not that good. It's got a decent bomb load and can be precise about it, and it's alright low tier combined battles. I don't particularly like it much myself, but I've seen it used effectively. So now I'm just stalking my prey here. I don't think he's even noticed me, and he won't notice me until then. Until much. Yep. 2 rounds, miss. 3rd round, not so much. There goes the tail, and there go my flaps. But since this is the end of the match, I don't particularly mind so much. Flaps are for horses. But oh well. So now I'm just coming around while I wait for the tickets to tick down. Might take a couple of ground kills. Let's see what I get. First off, this AA's been annoying me. 2 out, 3, and I've got 1. Quick swing around. And that's the game. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Take it easy, everyone.